The vulcanization of rubber was patented by two people, first by Charles Goodyear in the United States, and second by Thomas Hancock of Great Britain. Charles Goodyear is credited with the first understanding of the process of vulcanization, as he dedicated the majority of his life and his finances to the cause. Thomas Hancock became inspired by Charles Goodyear's work, and he is credited with better understanding the process and making it better. Natural rubber, before it was vulcanized, was sticky and did not respond well to temperature changes. It became brittle in the cold and often lost its shape in the heat. The vulcanization process included taking the rubber, mixing it with a certain amount of sulfur, heating it, and leaving it in the heat for a very long amount of time. The vulcanized rubber would bend and deform, but as soon as the load that was being put on it was released, it reverted back to its original shape. The reason it does that is because the polymer chains often linked together instead of being separate, and that allowed it to revert back to how it was. The rubber caused one great impact in the Industrial Revolution. It replaced leather in the cracks of the steam engine. It was more effective than the leather because it could be cut to precise measurements instead of just being crammed in there as much as the foreman could shove in there. The leather was soaked in oil, and that caused many problems. It was less effective than the rubber because the rubber could be fit perfectly. The rubber could also withstand higher pressures and higher temperatures than the leather would before it cracked or became dried out. This allowed the steam engine to become more efficient because of the higher pressure. The vulcanization of rubber was considered the greatest puzzle of the Industrial Revolution because rubber was becoming popular at the time, and people could not figure out a way to use it in all of the environments. The weatherproof vulcanized rubber is now seen today in many forms, such as car tires and conveyor belts, and basically almost everything that is rubber.